All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode of the Always Chillin' podcast. Candy and the Sandman here in the barbershop once again. It's Monday night. I'm going to try to get around to editing this tonight, but if not, it'll be up sometime tomorrow. I don't know.
It's all good.
Not planning on it affecting the schedule, but
It's my favorite day of the week.
yeah, Monday?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Monday's all right. I played hooky today. I got up and I got in the shower and I was like, I don't think I'm going to go to work, man.
Fuck it.
I don't think I'm going to go to work. Yeah, so.
It's an OG call.
Yeah, just fuck it. You got to play hooky sometimes, man. I'm trying to work on my work-life balance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying not to care so much about working. Like, I'm late every day. Every fucking day. I roll in at like 8:12. And dude, it's true. Like, the longer you go to college and the higher you kind of climb the ladder, the less work you have to do.
Yeah,
like,
the pecking order.
Yeah, I don't really have to do shit, man.
The almighty pecking order.
I got people now. And they do all the stuff that I don't want to do. I get to do the stuff that I want to do and the stuff I don't want to do. I just don't. So they show up probably about 7:30. I roll in about 8:12.
What's happening?
Yeah. I'm like, what's up, fellas? You need me? No? Okay.
Well,
I'll be over here.
I'm a business owner. I used to be in 10 o'clock sharp every day, but I'm about 11-ish.
Yeah, whenever.
I'm about 11-ish, about right now, and especially if nobody calls for an early appointment, I'm like, yeah.
And now if I don't feel like going to work, I kind of just don't. I can't do that every day, obviously.
I think,
or else I'd never go. But.
Well, before I started barber school, I don't know why I always thought this, but barbershops were all, when I was still a customer, I always thought like it was a law that barbershops had to close on a Monday or something. So I get to barber school, you know what I mean? And like, that's my first fucking question. I'm like, yo, what's up with Monday? They was like, well, everybody gets to work so early and works so late on their Saturdays, so they just take Mondays off. I was like, that's fucking it. So I was like, okay, bet.
That makes sense to me, man.
But we got to the point where we started taking our Wednesdays off.
Sure.
And it's been like that the past maybe 3 years.
Whatever, man. Take
man.
time
That
off,
Wednesday,
man.
I could can't wait, man.
Yeah. It's nice to just have a surprise day off every once in a while.
Yeah, it is.
It's just like you show up to work. I'm like,
work-life balance. Damn, that's crazy. I guess I'm working on it too.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm trying to work on it, but it's working it. And I'm lucky to be in a spot where like I don't even have to I don't have to call and ask if I can have the day off. I just send an email. It's like I'm not coming.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, if it's not cool,
hard work has to pay off one day.
If it's not cool, I guess we'll talk about it tomorrow. But I'm not coming today.
Hard work has to pay off one day.
My sister-in-law, she tried to call off today because it snowed overnight. I don't know if you saw that at all, or if
yeah, man. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it snowed overnight. That was part of my decision to not go to work today because I was like, I don't feel like driving in that. There's no way they cleared the streets off.
They didn't.
Yeah,
I was taking my son to school this morning. I was like, what the fuck, man? This is crazy.
Yeah, they didn't. So I was like in the shower. I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna go. So I opened the shower door. I'm all wet. I open the shower door. I get back in the shower. And I got the curtain open, and my wife's laying in bed, and I wake her up from the shower. I'm like, babe. I'm like, yo, babe. She wakes up, and I'm like, oh, I think I'm going to play hooky today. And she immediately wakes all the way up. She's like, really?
Let's do it.
I'm like, yeah, we're playing hooky, dog.
Let's do it.
So then she texts her sister, because her sister had sent her a text at like 6 in the morning. So she texted her back, and then her sister calls her right away. And we're like, well, great. She wants some shit. She's like, oh, can you give me a ride to work? Because I told my job I didn't have a ride, and they found one for me, but I don't like the girl that they found. I'm like, well, there's your problem. You just say I can't come. You don't say I can't come.
I can't make it.
You don't say I can't come because I can't find a ride, because they'll get you a ride.
Not going to make it.
They'll get you a ride. Yeah, so she tried to call off, and they basically told her no. And she was like, okay, I guess I'll be there. And then she calls us, and I'm like, man, I called off so that I wouldn't have to drive to work, and I'm driving your sister to work now. Because my
young motherfuckers don't know how to lie, man.
Because my wife didn't want to work, or she didn't want to drive in the snow either.
Yeah, that shit was.
So she's like, my sister needs a ride to work, and I don't want to drive, so can you do it? I'm like, man, I called off work so that I could take a nap.
Be trying not to leave the house on my day off.
Take a morning nap, too. But yeah, we got her there, no problem. And she wanted to stop for coffee. I'm like, you're gonna be late, and you're gonna roll in with coffee. And she's like, it's not a big deal. And then when we get there, she's like, oh, I gotta hide this. And she's like shoving it. She's like shoving it in her cup. I'm like, I thought you said it wasn't a big deal. What are you doing?
These young motherfuckers don't know how to lie, man.
Yeah, it's weird. And she's pregnant too. I was like, you got like
See, shit.
Yeah, I was like, you got a built-in excuse, man.
Baby's kicking.
You can miss work whenever you want. That's what my wife said. She was like, just say it's pushing on your bladder and you got to pee a lot and
Baby's
you don't feel
kicking.
like coming. Like I was like, yeah, just you got like the best excuse you'll ever have to miss
One
work.
that'll always work. I got diarrhea.
Yeah, that's a good one. I shit myself.
I shit myself.
Yeah, you want to go home? Shit your pants.
Diarrhea. You going home?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I played hooky today. Medicated myself all day.
Saw wood.
Yeah.
So did I.
We actually did a couple chores. Got a couple chores done, but
Man,
other
I
than
played
that,
shit.
do
I played
shit.
dad today, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's that about?
I had my boy, my 15-year-old. You know, he's been staying with me for the past few days.
Cool.
Had to take my 23-year-old to the airport today, and that was an adventure within itself. You know, I'm not thinking. You know, when I was 23 years old, you know, I had been around the world now, You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I just dropped him off, like, you know, dapped him up, like, holler, and he's looking at me like,
Good luck, man.
I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, when's the last time you been on a plane? He's like, it's my first. I was like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, man, let me roll in here with this motherfucker, make sure he gets off. Okay? So yeah, he made it to the plane, man, and he went to North Carolina, man, for spring break, man.
Nice.
First time on a plane.
Shit, that'll
first,
be fun.
not the first time out of state, but first time like without nobody. You know what I mean? So I'm like, hey man, hit me when you take off, man. Hit me when you land. And he's like, okay, I'm 23. I was like, yeah, that's right. That's
Well,
right.
then why'd you need help getting on the plane?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah. Yeah, man. The grown man face just, and he went back to a baby on me. I'm like, oh fuck, man. This is the first flight. We had an international airport.
You just read the signs. That's all.
Yeah. I was like, holla at you. Oh shit, man. All right. A 15-year-old man, this
Figure it
dude. 15, man, and I'm thinking like, damn, okay, go back to 15, Demond, go back to 15. Yeah, it was an awkward stage.
Yeah.
It's a very
For sure.
awkward stage. But at the same time, I won't say he has a problem communicating. I think it's just
He might.
yeah, and he might.
Most people do.
Yeah, most people do. Just having a and my dad used to tell me a closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's I'm trying to help him crack that shell. You know, 'cause he's in high school this year. You know what I'm saying? And if his mom ain't with him or I ain't with him, you know what I mean? We're still talking for this kid. You know, I'm like, hey
yeah.
man, yo, bro.
Yeah, making his own dentist.
Yeah,
appointments,
man. Hey, man. You gotta start talking for yourself, man. So just a different approach, you know what I mean? Because my oldest is how old is that motherfucker? I think he's 28, 29, maybe.
Damn.
Yeah,
I'm only a couple years older than your oldest kid.
yeah. So the communication level with him, you know, it was different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then because he's a 90s baby. Yeah, 90s baby. So it was different. You know what I mean? Where it was still a little rawr. Where today my son's growing up in a time where I can't so much approach him like I did my oldest when he was 15 back in the 90s.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So it's relearning each other more than anything. But at the same time, man, you got to start speaking up, man. You got to try to crack that shell with him, man. I think we doing all right.
Yeah, that's true, man. Like, I don't know.
It's in Lincoln, and it's nothing for him to do.
Yeah.
You know, when they tell when you can't wait till you get, I can't wait till I turn 13. Then it's 16 and you gotta wait still. Then it's 18 and you still gotta wait. Then you turn 21 and it's like, what the fuck now? I'm just gonna get drunk. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I mean? So that 12 to 16, man, there's nothing for him to do. And I remember 12 to 16 in Lincoln, man. We had all kind of shit. We had 3 skating rinks here.
Yeah.
We had 2 indoor malls. You know what I mean? There was just way more to do for kids here today. You know, we had open gyms. You know what I mean? As long as you had a ball, because somehow the ball always ended up getting stolen from the community center, from the rec center. As long as you had a ball, you go in there and play ball. Now they're charging you to go into a gym and shoot some buckets, man.
Damn.
And I'm like, what the fuck kind of shit is that, man? There wasn't a gym in this town that we couldn't go in and just start a game.
Yeah, good to teach him to be assertive, though.
Oh yeah,
For sure, man.
oh yeah.
That's a good skill to have.
especially
if it's good to know how to get what you want, man. Not in a bully way, but like,
not in a bully way. But and then I'm even telling them, it's cool to be selfish to a degree, not a fault.
yeah, I mean, you gotta make sure you're taking care
You
of
gotta
me. Like,
you gotta get yours.
if something happens at work that I don't like, everybody in that room knows that I didn't like what happened.
Somebody gonna know
Like,
within 10 seconds after.
and I mean, that's the only way that anything can change. Like if nobody knows you don't like it, then they just think everybody likes it, and they don't even know there's a problem, man. Like
And that's just it.
yeah, and you can do it without starting a fight. You don't have to be a dick about it. You can be assertive without being an asshole.
Well, see, that's where he's me. Dude speaks with his hands first, and I'm like, you can't do that, man.
Yeah.
You can't do that all the time. And you a big motherfucker. I wasn't a big kid when I was your age.
Yeah, you can actually avoid that a lot.
You can avoid that a whole lot.
If you just use your words, man. Just use your words first.
Use your words, man. But I get it a lot with that 12 to 16, some even 18, and some early 20s, man. But when I'm cutting them, in the chair, man, I'm talking to them just like we talking to each other right now. You get it. You know what I mean? We can both raise our voices at each other, even and not even be angry.
Yeah.
Just
we can even disagree.
Passion in the moment, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
disagree, you know what I mean? And you still get it, you know what I mean? A lot of these kids, they don't get it. I can say, "What's up, Tom, man? What's up, motherfucker?" You know what I mean? You say, "What's up, Demond, motherfucker?" You know what I mean? Whatever. Can't do that to you. What's up, motherfucker? Oh, I mean, he called me a motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I'm like, God damn. You know what I mean? That's a universal word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I loved it when my dad called me a mother. Come here, motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's just different. I can't do that. Can't do that. And I don't a whole lot. I know who I can do it with, but I see a lot of young men between the age of 12 and 16, man. They clam up. They get small when you talk to them. Especially when you're assertive with them, when you're asking them about where they want to go, what you into, what you doing. You know what I mean? They really clam up on me, man.
Yeah, well, especially in the barbershop. I saw this thing that was like, everybody's tough until they got to tell the barber they didn't like their haircut.
Right.
Nobody's assertive.
Right. Like, hey, man,
About
shit,
their
you
haircut.
good? You straight? you cool? Yeah, you straight?
They're like, yeah, I love it. And then they leave, and they're like, fuck that, dude.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you cool? Like, yeah. I'm like,
man.
You
can get it fixed if you say something.
We can do something. Have a seat, bro. I ain't got no problem. That's why I'm here. But yeah. Probably more the latter than anything. You know what I mean? And then call me later or text me the next day or something. I'm like, bro, we could have handled that.
Or just never come back.
Yeah. Right? Because they don't want to say nothing.
Yeah, kids are different. My wife was wondering do you think there's less kidnappings? I feel like you don't hear about them very often, but like, because kids aren't like, because we were talking about like, man, wasn't it crazy when you wanted to see what your homie was doing and you just had to run over to their house and knock on the door and be like, is Timmy home?
That's funny you mentioned that, because in the 80s growing up, late 70s, early 80s, mid 80s, that was like our biggest fear.
Kidnapping?
Getting kidnapped.
Yeah, it seems like you don't hear about it very often.
Like our mom be like, y'all better hurry up and get y'all's ass home from my snatch y'all ass, and we like, what? You know what I mean? A car drive by too slow. We ducking through somebody's yard, man. You know what I'm saying? That was our biggest fear of getting kidnapped. And then I can't remember this guy's name, but he made a show about it. What was it? America's Most Wanted? John Walsh? Is that the one?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I was a kid when that happened. And I think that was in Iowa. And then I think they found him, his son, Adam Walsh was his name. I even remember the name, bro. I remember what Adam Walsh looks like, decapitated, and being 9, 10, 11 years old, like Iowa, yo, that's right next door. So, but in the 80s, because of that, in the Atlanta child killings, where there were kids just getting kidnapped every single day down there, man. And that shit crossed the nation, man, where we started walking to school in groups. Like the oldest kid in the group, he would walk, we all Dudley Street, and we'd wait for the next kid, go to the next house where we knew somebody lived along our path. So by the time we were quarter mile close to the school, or maybe even further, man, we like 15, 20 deep.
No shit.
So in 82, 83, 80, 45, if somebody would have rolled up on us trying to kidnap one of us, we was going to beat the fuck out of you, dog. There's going to be a bunch of 4th, 5th, and 6th graders beating the fuck out of you, and we might steal your car, strip it, have your stereo, and all your jewelry, because you in the hood fucking around. You know what I'm saying? So kidnappings today, man, I think they're just done different.
Yeah, I get. Well, now it's like a dude rolls up and it's like, "Oh, hey, your mom sent me to pick you up," and the kid's like, "Oh, let me text her," and you know, like,
that and
yeah, and like they know exactly where they're going. Like, you know, they can text their friend, and be like, "Oh, hey, you home? Yep, I am. Let's go." Like they don't have to walk around blind or whatever,
right
until the street lights come on.
But
you know?
to go a little bit backwards on where we were, the critical thinking of the kids. How many kids are like, "Oh yeah, okay," and hop in the car with them. You know what I mean?
True.
That's where we were different, or the times were different. In the 80s, you know, our parents was like, "You pick up something and you knock the fuck out of that motherfucker." You know what I mean? That was like an everyday. That was like the huddle before leaving the house, walking to school. Somebody and whoever it may be, you pick up something and you beat the fuck out of this motherfucking ass. They touch you. Mothers ain't telling their kids that today. Everything's, you know.
You don't think so?
Maybe some. Yeah, hood kids, yeah, probably. Yeah, most definitely. And there might be some, yeah, but
yeah, look, I don't even trust strangers.
Fuck
so
no.
Once I have a kid walking around with me, they're probably not going to trust strangers either, because I'm gonna be like, this dude, look at this dude, he wants something.
Yeah.
He wants something. We don't want to give it to him.
And I don't know you, period.
So
yeah,
you don't gotta say nothing. You just say hi and move on. You don't gotta answer any questions. Like I'm not gonna stand there and tell a stranger where I work, where I went to school. Like it's not even.
And I'm not. I ain't never been
man.
into small talk anyway,
None of your
so
business.
you're not gonna get any of that out of me. Before I ask you, are you a fucking cop or whatever? You know what I mean? Let's switch the whole shit on you. What the fuck, motherfucker? Am I under arrest? What the fuck? Asking all these questions, and you know you don't know me. Yeah. That's a trip right there. Never surrender information.
Well, I mean, especially people coming up asking questions about your kids, like, "Oh, where's your kid go to school?" You tell them what elementary school your kid goes to. Like that's just weird to me. I'm suspicious about that.
Well.
Like, why do you want to know?
I never used to post like not a whole lot of pictures of my kids. I just wouldn't do it. And then on top of that, like when I see people post pictures of their kids and shit, I don't like it. I don't like them. It's not that I don't like their kids, like cute kid, nice looking kid, cute little girl, handsome little dude, but I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? It's weird to me. It's I don't think you should be doing that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because there's fucking motherfuckers out here. You dig?
Yeah.
And they prey on that shit. So like, yeah, that we didn't have the internet. So I think, yeah, there's people out here, man, with silver tongues, man, that can drop themselves to the level of a child.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what I'm saying, that critical thinking. Like back in my day, I'm like, why are you talking like that? Why are you talking to me like that? I don't fucking know you. My mama don't know you. You know what I mean? That's what, you know, not only just me, but every little hood kid in the 80s would have did. You know, like my mama said I can talk shit to you too. I can cuss and shit. Oh, fuck you. You know what I mean? Shit. Mom said I can say some shit. Yeah. That's the one time mom said I can cuss. Yeah. So I don't think, you know, moms want their kids acting like, you know, that, you know, how we would have back in the day. And
yeah, I don't know. And then you grow up too polite.
Like
I've heard stories about like women who got into bad situations and they're like, well, I didn't want to be rude. And it's like,
that's what I want to say.
Yeah, you can be rude to somebody.
Yeah,
I think it's all right.
That.
I think it's all right to teach your kids to be rude.
Fuck you.
In certain situations, because there's. Yeah,
I remember
a certain point where just being alive is more important than not hurting.
I remember back in the day being in I think it was one of the mini marts or something, man. And I must have said something to little young blood, like, "What's up, man?" And he looked at me and said, "Fuck you." Little motherfucker, man. So I was like, all right. You know what I mean? I just had to take it. You know what I mean? I probably shouldn't be talking to little homie. He's a little motherfucker, too. I was like,
all right. See you later. Yeah, you got me, dog.
You got me, motherfucker.
Yeah, good job. That was a test, and he passed.
His mom taught him right. I was like, God damn.
Nobody's touching that kid.
Yeah, so kids are different today. I don't know. That internet, man, just robs them of their critical thinking, I think. They think everybody's on there to be their friend, to be nice. He liked all my pictures. He must like me. Yeah, I'll go take a ride with him.
That's true. Yeah, they do kind of get their teeth into the kid.
Yeah, that internet, man. We didn't have that shit.
You ever watch that To Catch a Predator thing, the Chris Hansen, where they show
yeah,
up?
I did. I used
and
to. Yeah,
the
I
homie
did.
pops out. He's like, "Have a seat."
I did. I used to, man. Just like.
That's just great. And some of those dudes know who he is. They're like,
oh,
Chris, like, fucking
them,
Chris
yeah,
Hansen.
and you watch and you a fan of the show, motherfucker, and you didn't smell the bait. I'm like, man, yeah, I used to watch that shit, man.
That shit's funny, dude. I mean, it's not funny, but
it's funny. It is funny.
The way it happened, the way it goes down is kind of funny. The way he always pops up with some kind of like, oh, want some cookies, motherfucker?
Like, you ordered pizza. you got it.
They're like, oh, I got condoms and weed in the car. And he'll be like, bring enough for me?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to watch that shit. And the crazy thing about it is, man, you never know. All different kind of motherfuckers, man. Did I ever tell you about how I ruined Halloween one time?
Yeah, you did.
I did?
Yeah, I think we talked about that on the show.
Man.
Yeah, some of them are like, some of them you can tell they're like, what's the right thing to say? Special needs.
Yeah,
they're like
some of them awkward guys.
Some of them you can tell they're not right. They're not all the way there.
Yeah, and
like
I remember I got in trouble.
They're getting arrested for like being a child predator, and I don't know.
I got in trouble in mental health in prison because I said, I think I said something pertaining to like they have a look, like they usually always look alike. You know what I'm saying? And and she was like, well,
it's
you can't say that, right?
Well, I mean that's fucked up because I know exactly what you're talking about.
You dig? They all got that look.
Like
the black dudes and the white dudes, they all look the fucking same. You can stand them next to each other and you just be like, motherfucker, you a Chimo, motherfucker. And lo and behold, the little fucking creep motherfucker, because he was a young kid, had a fake MMA tattoo on his fucking arm. And there's some real MMA dudes in there. You know what I mean? They like, okay, where you know, bam, bam, bam. He couldn't run nothing down. Was a fucking Chimo. And I'm like, well, there you go, right there. The big ass glasses, you know, bald head, just weird looking little motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got in trouble for that shit, but I was right.
But you were right.
I was right. Well, shit, man. I think I got kicked out of that class, too.
Damn.
I got kicked out of mental health like 3 times in the pen.
Well,
yeah, man.
That's what happens when you're double somewhere. You already don't want to be in prison, and you probably don't want to be going to therapy in prison either.
And don't be asking me stupid questions. So,
yeah, you're double.
What the motherfucker say?
Double where you don't want to be. 2 levels.
I told him I was mad. I had, I had, got a shooting case and shit. And I was like, man, I was mad, man. I knew these dudes. We grew up together, and they tried that shit on us, man. He was like, and he had a lisp. He said, shouldn't you have been afraid? And I was like, nah, man, I was mad. So I continued with the story. He's like, well, that's not the proper emotion you should have had. I was like, I was mad, dog.
Well,
what
yeah, I
mean?
don't think therapy's supposed to tell you what your emotion you should be feeling.
So I told the motherfucker, man, I had the biggest gun there, man. What the fuck I'm going to be scared of? He was like, out of here. I was like, well, what the fuck? I had a fucking Mossberg pistol grip pump, man. 8 shot with, how the fuck, why am I scared? I'm clearing the block out. And he was just like, well, that's not the proper emotion. And I think that was the first time I got kicked out of mental health. Second time I had this fucking pig farmer for a fucking counselor, man. And
yeah, I think you talked about that.
Yeah, man. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Now they in there. I don't know what the fuck's going on. We're about to get a new prison.
Yeah.
See that shit?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. That's what we need, man. Spend some of that. I think they want to spend some of that COVID money, that COVID relief money.
You see that shit?
Yeah, I think they're trying to spend some of that on a new prison. It's like, how the fuck does that make sense?
How the fuck does that make sense?
I don't even know how they're allowed to spend it on that.
I don't even think Tecumseh is
whatever
20 years old. Maybe. Already getting a new prison.
We need more prisons, man.
You know how many fucking state facilities we got in this fucking state?
Arresting less people, we should build more prisons.
Whole lot of jobs y'all can be putting back into the field right now. I mean, since COVID's gone.
It's stupid, man.
Since COVID's gone.
See, your grandma listens to the show.
Yeah, man. My 92-year-old grandma. She's like, what's the name of your show,
grandma.
baby? I was trying to find this. So I had to tell her, always chilling, grandma. She's like, what? So I had to go over there and show her, man. She's like, I like that.
Did she like it?
Yeah, she's like, I like that. You nice looking. She's like, tell your friend he nice looking too. I was like, she said, thank you for your service. And I was like, all right, Grandma, I'll tell him.
Yeah.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him.
Very cool. She's got a lot of catching up to do, man. We're on, what is it, episode 40?
40, baby, 40.
Yeah, she got 30-something episodes to catch up, depending on how many she's in. We got a new super fan, man.
92-year-old Grams, man. She watching, man.
That's crazy. My grandma says she watches it, but I don't think she does.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
Okay, does she know how to get on YouTube?
I don't think she knows. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think she knows how to find it, and I don't think anybody showed her. So I'm like, how you watching the show?
See, my grandma didn't even know about YouTube. She didn't know what it was.
How you watching my show, Grandma?
Okay, yeah, you might have to go over
I
there.
don't think she is.
Make some popcorn.
I don't know if I want her to, though. Honestly,
why?
I don't know.
Because I
don't know. I feel like there's some things that she doesn't know about me that the show would make her privy to that she wouldn't like that much. That she wouldn't like that much.
Well, my grandma's always known I've blowed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm
and I know I have a couple times on the show. I remember years ago, and I didn't know this. I wasn't hip to this. And grandma don't make rounds. You know, when she makes her rounds, like everybody's at attention. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I can tell y'all smoke that stuff. She calls it that stuff.
That stuff.
And so I'm sitting there like, no, she don't know. I don't, she don't know. She's like, all y'all's lips is black. So I'm like, everybody's like, what?
Well, if you're checking.
Yeah. So I'm like, shit. But that's what marijuana does. It makes your lips darker. I was like, oh shit, grandma knows some shit. Damn.
Yeah, see, my grandma would go either way. She'd either be like, that's unacceptable, or she'd be like, I kind of want to try that. She'd go either way, man, on me.
Yeah.
She either wouldn't like it, or she would be trying to hit me up for something.
And that's where I'm like, Grandma, you done hit some weed. You done hit some weed. I know you go to church and all that shit, but Grandma, you 92. You done hit some weed. One way or the other.
I hope so, at least. I hope so.
I just haven't got the balls to ask her.
Just ask
like,
her.
Grandma, you ever smoke weed?
My dad would be down, I think.
To smoke?
If he didn't have a CDL, he'd be down.
Yeah.
Down. Once he retires.
In that RV, baby.
Yeah.
That new truck that he had to get.
Yeah. He doesn't have that yet.
Oh, he ain't
He's
got
still
it yet?
driving his. I mean, his truck before was huge, but it looks tiny compared to. They went and picked up that camper the other
Was
day.
he a Ford guy or a Chevy guy?
Dodge.
Dodge guy.
Dodge,
Okay. Dodge
Yeah,
guy.
but he needs a bigger one. But they're good. They're good for now. They're good locally. They can take it out to Branch Stoke, and that's
Oh, okay. So they rolling in it.
He's like 90 pounds over the limit for his truck, so he still needs a new truck. But
Just go 10 miles.
Yeah,
under.
once he retires,
10 miles under. You be all right.
we'll smoke him out.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
My dad, man, the dude was mysterious, man. I didn't know if he did or not. I never knew if he did or not. I think he did. I know he did. My mom shit, hell yeah. Yeah. I remember rolling through the house, you know what I mean? I came in the house to grab something, and I fucked around and I had a joint still in my ear, right? I was getting ready to get back in the car and fire it up with the homies. So my mom was like, give me that. I was like, what? She's like, that. So I'm like, what? In your goddamn ear. I was like, oh shit. So I gave it to her. You know what I mean? The first time I think they knew I smoked weed, we were at a family gathering, and my auntie had a bar downstairs where I was on this side of the bar. My mom and my dad were on the other side, and my cousin was sitting across from me. And we rolling blunts on album covers. You know what I mean? That's what, wasn't no weed tray. It was album covers back in the day, right? So my cousin handed me the blunt, so I reached out to go get it. And I looked over, and there's my mom and my pop just watching me. So I just took the motherfucker and hid back behind the bar. And I hit that bitch, man. And that's when they knew I smoked weed. But never said nothing to me about it.
Yeah, I didn't start till I was an adult.
Really?
Yeah. So me and my parents had a grown up conversation about it. I'm like, hey, I find it to be helpful with my depression and my PTSD, and I think I'm gonna keep doing it.
So after you got back, then?
Yeah.
Okay. Never before, bro? Never? Really?
Not really. No.
What? Really?
I was
Oh,
good,
shit.
man.
You was that square
I was
dude in
good
high
as hell.
school. You
Yeah,
was just
dude.
that regular dude in
Yeah,
high
man, I
school,
didn't
huh?
smoke or nothing.
You was the friend that everybody needed to have in high school.
Yeah,
You was that guy.
Yeah, I guess so. So I'm like, so guys, sometimes I might come around and it might seem like I'm a little high.
Okay, I got you now,
And
dog. I
it's-
think I got the full picture
Yeah,
of you
and
now,
it's
dog.
and it's because I am. And mom's like, well, as long as you don't drive or whatever.
I can get a ride home from school from you, huh?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, yeah, you that dude.
Probably.
All right, I got
Maybe.
you. I got you now,
I don't
dog.
know.
I got you.
Yeah.
Me, I guess I could say I was an adult too. Nah, well, I had hit some weed before that. First time I really like smoke. I bought a quarter of weed. Me and this chick that I knew, wasn't even a girlfriend. She was just like a real friend in the hood. Her name was Joey. What up, Joey? If you ever see me again, it's been years. And we had a bong because nobody knew how to roll. We didn't know papers, blunts, nothing. She
I
had
still
this
don't.
little one hit. It had the handicap sign on it. That's what I remember about it. Man, we smoked that whole fucking quarter in that fucking bong. Went to Amigos. I remember I got a fruit punch and some beef and cheese burritos, man. And that stain is probably in that carpet,
That
still in
sounds
that
good,
house,
though,
bro. She was banging when it went down, man. I remember waking up curled up and shit, butt naked, man. Like, what the fuck, man? That was the first time I hit weed, and I didn't do it again for years until I was in jail.
I mean, you might as well in jail.
Yeah, I was in jail, and this dude was selling joints in there and shit. And Method Man, when he went solo at first came out, man. So I'm rocking Method Man, and I hit that. And I fell in love. I think I was about 20. No, I was about 19 or 20. I was in jail, and I was like, oh shit, this every day after that.
Yeah. Me and my wife were like, you want to try smoking? It was just like a few years ago now. We had my cousin was going to Colorado, and we were like, oh, bring us back some edibles, because we were like, oh, we don't want to smoke, but we'll try edibles.
How'd that do? How?
Dude, I kind of want to get some again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was hit and miss, man. It was like
That's how I feel about it.
It's like nothing would happen, and then every once in a while we would get way too high for
That's exactly how I feel about it.
It would last like 5 hours.
That's exactly how I feel
I'd be
about
sitting
it.
on the couch like just way too gone for like having like
taking cold showers, trying to shake this shit
like
off.
not even like anxiety, but like fear. One time I was like just afraid, like just cold. It felt cold in my stomach, like just terror about just sitting on my couch watching. It was Paul Rudd. I remember we were watching Paul Rudd, and me and my wife were watching the show. We watched the whole thing. It's on Netflix. I don't even remember what it was called. I remember nothing about the show, but we sat there and we watched every single episode, and we were both like having the worst time of our lives. But we were trying to pretend not to, you know, because we thought the other one was normal.
Oh yeah.
and then we sit there and we watch this Paul Rudd show for like 7 hours. And at the end of it, I'm like, man, did it look like Paul Rudd had a different face every time he was on the screen? And she's like, yeah, it was freaking me the fuck out. And I'm like, dude, me too. It's like every time Paul Rudd was on the screen, it was like his face was different. And I was like, man, I think we just got way too gone gone off the zoinkies, we call it, man.
Yeah.
We just got way too gone off the zoinkies, and Paul Rudd was freaking us the fuck out. But yeah, that's why we haven't really fucked with them since.
Well, I had a kid in the chair the other day. You know, he's all into the trichomes and all this, and I'm like, man, just whatever. He said you got to dose that shit out. So I'm like, well, so one piece of, like say there's 10 chocolates in a box, and you take that one out. He's like, yeah, you want to fourth that bitch. I was like, well, they don't say that shit in there. So I've been,
just say, take it.
You know what I mean? I'm popping that whole piece and fucked up. And you know what I mean? Like, God damn. He's like, yeah, you got to, you want to fourth some of them shits. You got to read, I'm like, man, I ain't reading none of that shit.
I don't know.
man.
I think it's kind of inconsistent too, man. Because it's like you split one in half, and what if more of the juice ended up on one side than the other side? Like they just. Like, I know it's all mixed up and stuff, but it just seems inconsistent to me. Like,
very.
Like, I can have I can have an edible one day and have like a great time, and then I can have the exact same size of edible the next day, and it's way too much, and I'm fucked up for 6 hours. And it's dude, on edibles, it's like, fuck, is this gonna be forever?
Right.
Like, I think this is just my life.
I got some shit to do.
Yeah, I think this is just what's going on. Like, I'm just gonna be scared on my couch forever. Like, it feels like it's never gonna end.
Yeah. I feel the same.
Yeah, at least if you smoke too much, after like 20 minutes, it's over.
Right. And I'd rather.
Yeah,
I'd rather
a little better. But I have kind of had a hankering to get after some edibles again.
One that the what do they call it, the the dabbing, that shit.
Yeah,
That looks like some
never
crackhead
tried
shit.
that.
That looks
Yeah,
like
that's-
crackhead shit to me.
Well, yeah, they got like a butane lighter.
Yeah, that's
It's
just
like,
that. Yeah, that just. I don't.
I don't know.
And and coming from the crack era, and one reason why the sentencing guidelines was different from white guys getting caught with powder to black guys getting caught with the base cocaine or the rock cocaine, was this is what they said: anytime you take something out of its original form, and you add this and add that and add this and add that and make it something else, and you put it on the market, then it becomes a controlled substance. So whenever I hear controlled substance, I'm thinking of crack, meth, heroin.
Yeah.
And, and the way they smoking this shit doesn't look too far off for me. They smoke crack in glass pipes. They smoke fucking meth in glass pipes, and the shit just don't look right to me. And quite frankly, I just don't want to be that high. I want to be high. I want to get high, but I don't want to be that goddamn high.
God damn. Yeah, wax.
Yeah,
it has a 80% THC.
See, I don't want to be that high,
Jesus.
man. I'll take
Yeah,
31, 40, 50, but I don't want to be that high.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot, man.
It gets to a point where you ain't enjoying that shit. You just,
Yeah. That's kind of what it looks like, too.
yeah, it's like, bruh, man, I want to do some shit. I want to
Goddamn
get on my
work.
bike, take my dogs for a walk, you know what I mean?
Damn. And dabbing, I guess, actually has harmful side effects. Dabbing is not the same as smoking.
It is not.
One study found that dabbing can lead to higher tolerance and worse withdrawal symptoms.
Crack.
It's dangerous for people to assume that dabbing carries the same level of risk of smoking. I've never even looked into it. I don't even know what wax is.
Crack. That's crack to me.
Harmful side effects. Rapid heartbeat, blackout, crawling sensation on the skin, loss of consciousness, psychotic symptoms such as paranoia. Well, I mean, regular weed does that. I think this article's being a little extreme about it.
Yeah, goddamn. Shit.
Yeah, like it's some kind of seems like some normal shit, but
Trying to scare you.
80% seems like
Yeah, that's too much.
Jesus fucking Christ. Dabs are made by pouring butane over marijuana.
What?
This process extracts
why it
THC
that's why
from
it
the
looks like
marijuana
that.
plant and dissolves it into the butane, leaving a gummy, somewhat solid product that contains high. So I guess it is kind of altering it.
Butane. There's butane in Coke, I think. Cocaine powder. I think there's butane in that shit.
My bad. Yeah, I don't know. It's not for me. I know that.
Yeah, it ain't for me. That don't look. That don't look
Yeah.
right. That ain't a good look. That ain't a
Yeah.
good look at all.
Yeah, smoking's good enough. But yeah, we have getting a little bit of a hankering for some edibles just because the munchies that you get on edibles is like crazy. We used to go nuts.
That's
We-
when
we
you
used to
sit down.
Yeah, we used to like we used to get like a whole spread from this place, Unbewingable. It's gone now, but they used to have.
I remember
They
that
used to
place. I
have
remember
this
that
shit. They
place.
used to have flaming hot Cheetos wings. It was the shit. So when it was the week, we're like, oh, it's the weekend. We're gonna take a huge edible, and we get like 40 wings each, and then like every side like fries, mac and cheese bites, mozzarella sticks. We'd go to the gas station and get a bunch of soda or juice or whatever we wanted,
They lock it in.
and then we would just shut the door, eat an edible, and then just
Got
just
munchies
eat,
all
eat
night.
for like the entire night. And wake up the next day like, oh, dude, I used to eat so much I thought I was gonna fucking die. Like my stomach would be like expanded all the way out to here. I'd be like, dude, touch this.
Yeah, that's that.
And my
good-
wife would poke it and be like, Jesus,
That's that good high.
food baby.
That's that good.
Yeah,
high.
I used to be sitting there just like, oh, like legit thinking that my stomach was gonna explode. Like my stomach could not take it anymore.
I think I was like that yesterday. That's all the fuck I did was eat shit.
It's been a long time since I was like that. I kind of miss that, honestly. Like how often do you guys get the giggles anymore? Hardly ever, probably.
Every fucking day, dog. We
Do you?
always laugh. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're laughing, but like, you know what I mean? Like when you first start smoking, and it's like everything is funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Like eventually that goes away. Sorry,
The one. The
I
one.
hate to tell everybody, but that stops. But I mean, stuff is still funny. But we used to be just like sitting in a quiet room and look at each other and laugh for 20 minutes. You know?
Yeah, we make shit full of shit together.
Yeah, we do that too. But
Like the one we really laughed at
Feels
this
like
morning was the Ukrainian soldier. I don't know if he's Ukrainian or Russian anyway, but his fucking clip fell out of his gun. I was like, look at
I mean,
this
dude.
shit.
I mean, stuff like that. I've seen motherfuckers put bullets in backwards. I've seen them try to load their magazine upside down with the bullets facing the ground. So shit like that. You don't shoot a gun very often. You don't know what the fuck.
You ain't been carrying that motherfucker very long, dog.
Yeah.
Like my cousin said, if motherfuckers would have ran up, this motherfucker wasn't ready. I was like, right, this motherfucker wasn't ready at all.
No,
Did you watch the whole video? He's like, oh, he knows he's fucked up. I was like, God damn. He knows he's fucked up right here. The dude must have been an ex-Russian soldier or something. He was doing the commentary on there. He's like, this guy has never carried a gun in his life. I was like, oh, shit. Look at this shit,
yeah,
man.
man. The magazine's kind of like lock up in there. So
Right. That's what I'm like, man. What the fuck? I don't know. That's what we cracked up about this morning.
Yeah, I mean, you would hope that people in the military would know how to load a gun and shit, but
That's what I'm saying. I've never served in the military.
a lot of them don't. I didn't know how until I got there. Like, I had never loaded a magazine or anything before I got there.
Really? You never hunted before or nothing? I think we talked about that.
No, man, I don't do that shit. I mean, I'll eat it. I'll eat deer. I like eating deer a lot.
Well, I guess that's that. Well, I went to barber school with a kid named Tom Wilkin, man. Sat right next to me.
Toms are cool dudes.
He was a cool motherfucker too, man. He was 19. I think I was 32. I'm fresh out of prison. He's from Omaha, Roncalli. Never touched a pair of clippers a day in his life. Owns his own barbershop now in West Omaha,
Yeah, man.
bro. Yeah, man.
Got no bad habits.
Wow, bro. Really?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Shit.
Practices cutting hair in his room by himself, and he learns how to do a bunch of shit wrong. That's what I saw. Like, people who would be like, "Oh, I've been shooting guns my whole life. I know how to do this, and you can't tell me shit about
fucking up the whole time
about how to do it better." Yeah, and they were horrible.
The same thing I told my son. I told my son kind of the same thing the other day. I was like, bro, your first year of football was your freshman year. You had never played before. You know you don't know. Dudes that you've been playing with, they've been playing since they were 6 and 7 years old. They think they fucking know everything.
Mm-hmm.
You busted their ass, dog. You ended up starting the last 5 games.
Fundamentals, man.
Bro, I mean, so yeah.
People forget about the fundamentals.
Forget about the fundamentals. You know you don't know. So you have those questions.
Yeah.
They think they can just do it.
Yeah, it's the same with shooting and everything too. It's like, oh, okay, cool. This is how I do it, and then you just do it exactly how they said, and bang.
Not every dude in the military is a fucking arms weapon before he comes in.
Yeah.
Wonder what the percentages in that. How many?
I don't know.
Versus how many grew up doing it.
I mean, probably
ones.
I don't know, actually. I bet it's probably right down the middle.
Probably.
Because there's a lot of, like, farm boys and stuff. But there's a lot of, like, dudes that they, like, I don't know, went to high school in the suburbs.
That's how I would
there's
like to know that.
There's dudes who are from the hood, but they weren't banging. That's why they joined the Marine Corps.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. I know.
So, there was dudes, like, from Chicago that hadn't shot a gun ever.
Just wanted to get the fuck out of Chicago.
Yeah.
Ain't mad
Yeah,
at that.
so I bet it's probably right down the middle still.
I would like to know that.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that think they know everything about something. Probably 90% of people in the Marine Corps think they know everything about something.
Yeah. Well,
that's probably everywhere.
Yeah, I think in general, like, yeah. I'd like to say that's where I think I've always been different. Because I've always been like, hey, you know, what we doing here? You know what I'm saying? It's just like I was trying to tell my son, like, I've always been, hey, what the fuck we doing here? What's happening?
You got to know what you don't know, man.
I need to know, dog. Yep. And if I don't feel right about it, I'll roll the fuck up out of this bitch. You know what I mean? That's just, I think I like to say I was the same way at 15 as I am at 46 when it came to that.
Yeah. A lot of people just don't like admitting they don't know something.
They don't.
Like, if somebody asks me a question I don't know the answer to, I'll just be like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry. Don't know. Sometimes at work it's my job to find out, and it's like, oh, I don't know, but I'll find out.
Let me get on top of it though.
Yeah, like it's okay to say that.
Or as soon as you find out, please come share that information with me.
Yeah, it's better to say that than to talk out your ass.
Yeah, I don't.
Nobody's gonna respect you after that.
Again, like I said, I'm not a small talker, so I ain't gonna give you no. Soon as you find out, come let me know, because I would like to know, because I don't. Yeah, I've always been that way. I don't know if it's just like a defensive mechanism to get you to leave me the fuck alone, or
it could be, yeah.
Probably 60-40. I don't know. Yeah. But I ain't never had no problem with telling you I don't know, man. A lot of shit that I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not embarrassed about that, man.
Still a lot of shit that I don't know.
Yeah, see, a lot of people don't realize that.
But the difference is I want that knowledge every day. There's not a day that goes by that I even the slightest. It may be stupid to them, but today I need to know this. It ran across me today or yesterday, and it's been bugging me. I slept on it. Now let me dig into it. And that'll be that. I yearn for the information. I gotta have the information every day.
Yeah, I like to know stuff about just whatever. You know, like we were talking about Gran Turismo before the show. That guy that has you collecting cars, and when you collect them, he tells you a bunch of shit about them.
Right.
At first, I was like, man, this is fucking stupid.
It's dope though.
Yeah, and then I started reading what he was saying, and I was like, oh, he goes into like the history of all these like brands and how this kind of car came about, and like where hatchbacks came from.
I had no idea the Mini Cooper and all that shit. The Fiat had been around that long.
Yeah,
had no idea.
So at first I was like, man, I'm playing Gran Turismo to race cars, man. I'm not playing Gran Turismo to read.
I need that steering wheel, man.
You read it, and it's like $1,000.
No.
My dad has one from like the PlayStation 3 one, and it like pushes back on you and shit. Like it feels kind of real. There's like force feedback on the wheel. So this new one is probably even
sick,
even fucking crazier.
I need that. Damn,
yeah, I need one of those too. I got one of those Pulse headsets, the 3D audio headsets.
Oh, yeah,
you got one of those?
I didn't get one yet.
Shit's legit, man. That shit's real cool. And it's wireless.
The white ones, the ones with the...
Yeah, the one I got's black, but...
Okay.
Yeah, they come in different colors now.
No, I ain't got them still.
Yeah,
rocking my buds.
It's real cool, man. It sounds real cool on Gran Turismo, too.
Yeah, I lost sleep the other night on that
man.
motherfucker, man. I looked at it, it was 337. Whoa!
yeah, me too. It's real easy to just be like, all right, one more race.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one more race. One more race. And then it's like, oh, well, I got to do the championship. It's like, all right, one more race.
And I've been playing them since the first one, man. And this one, yeah, they did this.
Yeah, me too. My dad's even excited. I mean, this thing might as well be real life.
Yeah.
At this point, that shit looks...
How you playing? Are you turning the stick or are you using...
No, I just use the stick.
You just use the stick?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one didn't feel right with nothing connected to it.
Mm-hmm.
I was crashing everywhere and shit.
Yeah, I've been playing since the first one on PlayStation 1 too. I remember it had the greatest hits version, so it had the green
right
on the cover. It was just a white cover. It just said Gran Turismo. That shit was clean, man. That shit was clean. And even then, I was like, yo, this looks like real life.
Think about that shit.
That shit looks really good. I watched some videos of the PlayStation 2 and Gran Turismo 2 on PlayStation 2, and that shit still looks really good.
Don't look that bad.
Yeah, it looks,
don't look that bad.
Looks really
I was playing
good.
some 3 with my nephew the other day. I was like, damn, man, that shit don't look that bad.
Yeah, it looks really good to this day. They've always done a good job, though. Yeah, me and my dad have always played it. My dad's going to come over to the house here this week because he wants to see that shit. He's like, oh, maybe I'll get a PlayStation 5. I'm like, man, if only it was that easy.
Shit.
Just scoop one up. Yeah, good luck, man.
Man, nobody getting one, bro.
Yeah,
That's what ain't nobody getting one. I just had to tell my nephew, hey, man, just save up your money, man. You'll have a car before you have a fucking PlayStation 5. Now you be driving before you get that. And he just looked at me like, fuck you.
Yeah, he
wants
one for his big ass camper, man. They're out at Branched Oak now. They picked it up and took it out there. They both took the week off. And they're just hanging out in their camper.
They're out there right now?
Yeah, they're like, man, this thing's nicer than our house.
Snow.
Yeah.
Nice little scenery.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Snowed
Enjoy
in.
that shit.
Snowed in at the camper, man.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I need to play Gran Turismo at the camper. Like, yeah, sure, dog. Whatever.
Do a lot of people are a lot of people out there this time of year?
I don't know. Probably not. They're just out there because they just bought that thing.
I always get them fucking
and they want to use
get them mixed up. I don't know who's Branched Oak and what's the other one? Pawnee, yeah. I always get them mixed up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool.
I still don't know which ones to this day.
Yeah, me and Dad always played Gran Turismo. I've been obsessed with Dodge Vipers ever since I was a kid. But that's like way out there. I'm never gonna have enough money for one of those probably. But I remember there used to be one in Lincoln, and I used to think that
I think I remember one.
I used to think that was the coolest shit when I was a kid because I'd play Gran Turismo, and it was red with white stripes. That's
if I remember correctly, it was Lance Brown, kicker, played for the Steelers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's whose Viper it was?
Yeah, I think it was him.
Shit. Huh.
He owned he started a club downtown.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He parked out there. I think that was it. Chris Brown, Lance Brown, one of them.
Yeah, so I picked up Gran Turismo 7 the other day. Yeah, I stayed up till like 2, 3 in the morning playing until I had enough money for my Viper. And then I played enough money till I had I played till I have enough money to put the expensive ass supercharger in there. I tricked it all out. It's got like 1,000 horsepower now.
I always go get the Nissan NSX.
Yeah, those are cool.
I gotta have that one, man.
Dude, and this one's giving you free cars like crazy.
Right.
Every time you race, I'm like, damn, it didn't take long at
That's
all.
why you go through the licensures and you get all the gift cards.
Yeah.
And you never know what you might end up with. I was like, oh, fuck, man, I got that bitch. So I just souped it up.
Didn't take long at all for me to have like 1,000 cars that are all fucking sick.
Gotta have that.
And you can I got one that has Sonic the Hedgehog on it. Have you gone and looked at, you can like go online and get stickers that other people made for your car.
I saw that.
So you can put decals and stuff on it. Yeah, so one of them has like Sonic the Hedgehog on it and shit.
I saw that shit.
Yeah, it looks
this
really
shit
cool.
is so dope.
Yeah, I'm about to go play some of that.
Might
now.
lose some sleep tonight, right?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go play some of that.
I've been playing that baseball too, man.
Finish
I can't
off
wait
my
for the new
hooky
one
day.
to come out.
I heard that's good. I don't fuck with baseball.
I hate
at
baseball
all,
in real
but
life.
Yeah,
I don't know shit about baseball, but it's dope on the 5, man.
Yeah, I might fuck around with that. I don't know. Yeah, that's just about all the time we got this week. Check us out on all our social medias. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're on YouTube. We have video on Spotify as well, which is pretty cool. If your grandma needs help listening to us, YouTube, Spotify, that's where you can find the videos. Audio, we're on pretty much everything. And yeah, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on TikTok. Like our stuff, follow us, comment, subscribe. Return of the Mac just came on. I love this song, dude.
Hey, the story behind this song, man,
I fucking
ain't
love
what
this
people
song.
think.
Anyway, yeah, you guys have a good week.